Hi guys, so this is a strength yoga class. Therefore, there are some more difficult parts to the class, so if anything feels uncomfortable for your body, feel free to miss it out and just do whatever you can. So, rest whenever you need to, always go into child's pose whenever you need to take it, and listen to your own body. So, really be very mindful of if anything feels uncomfortable, feel free to miss it out or make any adjustments. So we're going to start on our backs and bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall out to the sides. And then when you're ready, you're just coming to lie down. And we'll just take a couple of moments to tune into the breath. So closing down the eyes when you're ready. There's a few options for your hands, so you can rest the hands on the inner thighs if you want to increase the hip opening here. You can take the hands up and over the head, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, and that's going to take a little bit of a back bend into the body. Or you can rest one hand onto your belly and one hand onto the chest. And just using this to tune into the movement of the breath. So wherever you are, just allowing the body to soften and get heavy. Maybe having a quick scan around and just noticing any areas that you're holding tension. Seeing if you can send the breath in long, deep waves to that point in the body, looking for some release, relaxing further. Noticing how the breath is initially, so whether it's short and shallow or long and deep. Gradually seeing if you can start to deepen the breath. So we're matching the length of the inhalation and the exhalation, starting to create a smooth, even breathing pattern. And finally, just taking a moment to notice any activity in the mind right now. So the mind might be quite busy, leftover thoughts from the rest of your day. Noticing whatever is going on here for you in this moment. And trying not to attach to thoughts. Simply bringing awareness to whatever is going on in your mind. Noticing the thought and then allowing the focus to come back to the breath. Seeing if you can allow the thoughts just to drift away. Over and over again, coming back to the breath. And just taking 2 more deep conscious breaths now into the belly. Preparing to bring movement to the body. When you're ready, bringing the hands to the backs of the thighs. Slowly drawing the knees to the center and then bringing the knees in towards the chest. Grabbing around the shins or the knees and making any movements that feel good for you here, so you can rock gently from side to side on the lower back. Maybe make some circles, using the knees to guide you. Taking those circles in both directions. So we're going to start by warming up the core. So bringing the hands to the backs of the thighs and just rocking yourself up to a seat. And coming into Navasana boat pose. So walking the heels of the feet in, until you find this point of balance where the feet will just hover away from the mat. You want the lower legs parallel with the mat if you can. And then if this is enough for you, definitely stay here and just get used to being in this position, using the core to keep lifting up through the crown of the head. If you want more, taking the hands out in front. And if you want more, again, we're going to come into Ardha Navasana, so low boat pose. So starting to straighten out the legs, pressing the lower back into the mat, reaching through the fingertips, or if you can, taking the hands up and over the head. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. And then from here, taking the legs out wide. So making sure you've got enough space first. Pointing through the toes, engaging into the inner thighs. Reaching the hands up and over the head, bringing the hands into Kali Mudra, pistol grip, so pointing through the first fingers. Taking an inhale into the belly. And then as you exhale, just reaching the hands up and through the legs. So imagine that you're trying to point or tap the floor in front of you, and then releasing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the hands, bringing them to the backs of the knees, drawing the knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, rocking back up to your boat pose. So again, finding your balance here, reaching the hands out in front, squeezing the thighs towards each other, and then start to lower. Maybe reaching the hands up and over the head. Keep drawing the belly button towards the spine, pressing the lower back into the mat. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing the knees in. And again, when you're ready, taking the legs out wide, pointing through the toes, so you can engage all of the muscles in the legs. Bring the hands into Kali Mudra, pistol grip, reaching them up and over the head. Inhaling into the belly. And as you exhale, lifting and reaching for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the backs of the thighs, drawing the knees in. One last round, rocking up when you're ready. Bring yourself into Navasana first, and then Ardha Navasana. Maybe reaching the hands up and over the head. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing the knees in. Taking the legs out wide, pointing through the toes, reaching the hands up and over the head. When you're ready, inhaling into the belly. As you exhale, lifting and reaching for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the backs of the thighs, drawing the knees in. Giving yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe taking a cleansing breath, inhaling into the belly, sighing it out through the mouth. When you're ready, rocking yourself up to a seat, making your way over to tabletop position. So always in strength class, we want to warm up through the hands and the wrists. So coming into tabletop, hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees hip width distance apart. And then we're just going to start to rock forwards and backwards. So pouring the weight all the way into the fingertips, and then bringing the bum towards the heels. Seeing if you can engage into the shoulders and keep the core engaged. So drawing navel towards spine. Maybe pressing into the fingertips as you come forwards, and then bringing the bum back towards the heels. Seeing if you can wrap the triceps back and the biceps forwards. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Spinning the hands around now, so the fingertips are pointing towards the backs of the knees. And then with this one, just being really mindful, especially if you're new to this can be quite intense in the wrists. So tucking the toes and then just beginning to send the bum back towards the heels. We're peeling the palms away from the mat, pressing into the fingertips, and then rolling forwards. So coming back, lifting the palms any amount, maybe bending slightly into the elbows if you want more, and then coming forwards. So just taking this in your own time, stretching out the wrists. And then releasing, spinning the hands back round. So this one's working into the forearms. Again, we want the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Really see if you can press up into the shoulders. So pressing into the hands, slight rounding through the shoulders. This is going to be more intense the more forwards you come into the fingertips. So this is really difficult for you, bringing the bum further back towards the heels. And we're going to lift and lower the palms like this. So the more you come forwards, the more intense this will be. I'm going to take 20 of these when you're ready. So if I'm going too fast for you, just do it in your own time. If you're following me, lifting and lowering for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to sit back onto the heels with the toes tucked or untucked, and then just rolling out the wrist. So grabbing around the right wrist with the first finger and thumb, soft fist through the right hand, and then just rolling out. Taking that in both directions. And then coming onto the other side, so grabbing the left wrist with the right hand, soft fist through the left hand, rolling out in both directions. And then shaking out the hands. Coming back into a tabletop position. You just start to warm up the spine. Coming into cat-cow. So as you inhale, starting to drop the belly towards the mat, reaching the sitting bones high. Start to press the chest through the arms, gaze up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, press into the hands round through the shoulders, tuck the chin towards the chest, navel towards spine, maybe starting to pull the weight forwards into the fingertips. And then inhaling, dropping the belly, reaching the gaze high. And just continuing using your own breath. Warming up the spine. And you can bring some free movement into this if you like, so waving forwards and backwards, maybe working into the sides of the body, making some circles. And then coming back to stillness. Making your way onto your bum now. And then come into reverse tabletop. So planting the feet hip width distance apart. Bring the hands about a hand's distance away from the hips, fingertips pointing towards the bum. Really start to root down into the feet, and as you inhale, just start to set yourself up. And then as you exhale, press into the feet, press into the hands, start to lift the hips. Engage into your glutes here, really root down through the feet. Maybe lift a little bit higher. And then inhaling, start to send the bum towards the heels. And then puff up the chest. So taking this into a little shoulder stretch. This can be made less intense by bringing the bum further back from the heels. So the closer the bum is towards the heels, the more intense this will be on the shoulders. Inhaling into the belly again. As you exhale, start to press into the hands and the feet, lifting yourself up. Just making sure the knees come over the ankles as you lift up. And then inhale to lower. Again, when you arrive on your bum, pressing into the hands, puffing up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other if you can. One more of those, inhaling into the belly. As you exhale, press into the feet, press into the hands, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, maybe lift a little bit higher, and then inhale to lower, puff up the chest, and then walk the hands in, bring the hands and the forearms around the knees, squeeze in, lift up through the crown of the head. And then release, making your way over into tabletop position. Tucking the toes when you're ready, we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. So pressing into the toes, hovering the knees away from the mat. Reach the sitting bones high, lengthen through the backs of the legs and the backs of the feet. And then just setting yourself up. So as always, hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width distance apart. Equal distribution of weight between the hands and the feet. So just noticing if you feel like you're more in a plank position, maybe stepping the feet closer towards the hands or the hands back towards the feet. And making any movements that you need to here to get as comfortable as you can. So pedaling out the feet, swaying through the hips. Make sure you're pressing forwards and down into the hands, working the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. Tucking the chin towards the chest, maybe gazing in between the thighs. And just finding some stillness here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. When you're ready, coming high onto the tiptoes, starting to walk those feet all the way up to the top of the mat. When you arrive, take a nice deep bend into the knees, grab opposite elbows. Tuck the chin towards the chest, allow the head and the neck to be heavy. Dropping the crown of the head towards the mat, maybe pouring the weight forwards into the tips of the toes, so that you can lengthen further down the backs of the legs. And again, you can just make any movements that feel good for you here. Swaying from side to side with the hips, shaking out the head, yes and no. And maybe taking a cleansing breath, inhaling into the belly, exhaling through the mouth. On the next exhale, releasing that grip on the elbows, starting to roll all the way up through the spine. Coming to stand at the top of your mat, we're going to come through a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar Ace and Salutation. So bringing the big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, hands come together at heart center. Squeeze the palms together, draw the shoulder blades together. And then as you inhale, reach the hands up and over the head, gentle back bend, pressing the hips forwards. Exhaling, folding forwards over the hips. Inhale to your halfway lift, reach the crown of the head forwards, draw the shoulders back. As you exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back to your high plank. Either drop the knees or lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Looking forwards in between the hands. When you're ready, stepping both feet up to the top of the mat, inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhaling, folding over the hips. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep the hands up and over the head, gaze up to the thumbs, gentle back bend. Exhale the hands to the heart. Again, inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, either stepping or jumping back. If you're jumping back, it's straight to chaturanga. Stepping back, coming through high plank. Lowering into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forwards in between the thumbs. When you're ready, stepping or jumping to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhaling, folding over the hips. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep the hands up and over the head. Gentle back bend. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Again, inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, folding forwards over the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing the shoulders back, reaching the crown of the head forwards. Exhaling, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. High plank or chaturanga. Lowering chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling over the toes. Downward facing dog. Looking forwards in between the thumbs, stepping or jumping up to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the hips. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep the hands up and over the head, gaze up. And exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as you exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back to your downward facing dog. And then from here, starting to walk the hands back towards the feet. So we're going to see if we can bring the toes to the backs of the wrists here. This is quite a deep fold. If you can't bring the hands flat to the mat with the legs straight, then take a bend into the knees and maybe just get used to seeing if you can straighten out the legs with the palms flat to the mat. If you want more here, we're going to see if we can pick up one foot and bring the toes to the back of the wrist. This is really hard. It requires a lot of press into the hands, engaging into the shoulders, core engagement, and we're really seeing if we can draw the leg of the foot that's lifting right up into the hip. So planting the hands when you're ready, about a hand's distance away from the feet if you can, and then start to press into the hands and round through the shoulders. So you might even tip the chin towards the chest here. Really press into the hands, come right onto the tiptoes on the right foot, and then see if you can squeeze that right thigh up into the right hip. Maybe you can hover that right foot away from the mat, and then maybe you can bring the toes to the back of that right wrist. Coming to the other side, so pressing into the right foot, press into the hands, engage into the core, lift the left foot away from the mat, and then maybe bring the left toes to touch the back of the left wrist. Again, coming onto the other side, press into the hands, pull the weight into the left foot, lift that right foot up off the mat, tap your toes to the back of the wrist. Other side, press into the right foot, squeeze the left thigh into the left hip, tap, and then release. One more on each side, press, engage into the core, hover the right foot away, bring the toes to the back of the right wrist. Once more to the other side, lifting and tapping and releasing. We're going to take a forward fold, so bringing the first two fingers and thumb around the big toes. Make sure the feet are hip width distance apart. As you inhale, reach the crown of the head forwards, draw the shoulders back, engage the core, and then exhale to fold in. So pointing the elbows out to the sides of the room, tuck the chin towards the chest, Lower the crown of the head to the mat. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, release the toes. And walk the hands out to your downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to inhale forwards into a high plank, and then we're lowering and holding in chaturanga. This is really difficult. So if you can't do this without collapsing straight down to the floor, then I definitely recommend dropping the knees to the mat and just coming through half chaturanga. So just stopping for a moment if you need to see this. So inhaling, waving forwards to your high plank, and then we're lowering into chaturanga. Reaching the crown of the head forwards, keeping this nice straight line through the body. If that doesn't work for you, then drop to the knees, and then just come down halfway. So when you're ready, making your way to your high plank, and then squeezing the elbows into the sides of the body, reach the crown of the head forwards, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the high plank, and back to your downward facing dog. 2 more of those. Inhaling, waving forwards, high plank, lower chaturanga. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time. Inhale, wave forwards, high plank, lower chaturanga. Press to your high plank. And back to your downward facing dog. Really well done. Inhaling into the belly. Exhaling through the mouth. On the next inhale, waving forwards to your high plank. Dropping the knees, this time everybody. We're going to come to a little chaturanga press up or Ashtanga Namaskar. So from your tabletop position, start to pull the weight forwards into the fingertips. You might lift the toes away from the mat here and just cross the ankles. And then we're going to start to bend into the elbows, squeezing them into the sides of the body. Start to tilt the sitting bones high, and then lower the chest and the chin to the mat. As you inhale, press into the hands, press up, round through the shoulders, and then exhale to lower. Inhale, press, exhale, lower. Inhale, press, exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Unravel the feet, press into the toes, make your way back to your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, pick up the right foot, sweep it high, 3-legged dog. Come high onto the toes on the left foot. Start to round forwards, draw the knee towards the nose. See if you can get it to tap. And then inhale, reach it back. Again, exhale, come forwards, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose, hold. Then step the foot to the mat in between the hands. We're going to lift into high lunge, so rooting down into the feet, lifting the fingertips towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, start to bend into the elbows, cactusing the arms, puffing up through the chest. And as you inhale, come forward, sweep the hands up. Exhale, open out into this cactus shape. Inhale, sweeping forwards, lift up. Exhale, cactus the arms. One more, inhale. Open out through the chest, bend into the elbows. This time come forwards, bring the hands together at the heart center. I'm just going to shuffle myself back so I've got enough space. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So start to pull the weight forwards into that right foot. Hover the left toes away from the mat. See if you can keep the hips level, so pointing those left toes towards the floor. From here, we're going to bend into the left knee, draw it into the right knee. And then as you inhale, sweep that left leg back, reach the hands out in front, and then exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, squeeze in. One more, inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Plant the left foot. Inhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. And then exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. And then hook the left elbow to the outside edge of that right knee. See if you can twist yourself deeper, pressing the palms together, turning the torso further around the corner. You can stay here if this is enough for you. If you want more, start to gaze towards the feet. Pull the weight into the right foot, hover the left foot away, and then start to extend that left leg back behind you. Draw it in, and then extend. Draw in, extend. One more, draw in, extend. This time, lowering the left toes to the mat behind you. Shuffling the feet out wide so you've got a nice deep bend into the right knee. Maybe open out the arms, bring the right hand towards the ceiling, left hand towards the mat, gazing up towards the right fingertips if you can. And then pressing into the feet, we're going to lift into a twisted high lunge. So reaching the right hand back, left hand forwards. Maybe taking a back bend, right hand comes anywhere down the left leg. Reaching the left hand up and over the head. As you exhale, come forwards. Plant the left hand on the inside edge of that right foot. Reach the right hand high. And I just need to shuffle myself into position. From here, we're going to come into Vashisthasana, side plank. So pressing into that left hand, start to turn onto the knife edge of the left foot. And then step or shuffle right foot so it's stacking on top of the left. Press into the left hand, really cinch through the left side of the waist. Reach the right fingertips high. Tuck the tailbone. And then exhale, plant the right hand back to your high plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath, inhale into the belly. Exhale through the mouth. On the next inhale, wave forwards to your high plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, pick up the left foot, sweep it high. Come high onto the tiptoes on the right foot. Draw the left foot forwards. And then lower down onto the right knee. Inhale up into your moon pose, reaching the fingertips high. As you exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, twist to the left. You can stay lifted like this or hook that right elbow to the outside edge of the left knee. Again, squeeze the palms towards each other. See if you can twist the torso further around the corner. Maybe press into the toes on the right foot, lift the right knee, open the arms out, and then lift into your twisted high lunge. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down on the side of that left foot. When you're ready, come up to a half standing split, so propelling the weight forwards into that left foot. Keep the hips level again, so right toes pointing towards the floor. Lifting into Virabhadrasana 3 when you're ready, hovering the hands away from the mat, bringing them towards heart center. Keep reaching the crown of the head forwards. And then when you're ready, sweep that right foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Back to Utkatasana, inhaling the arms up, deep bend into the knees, exhaling, dropping in. Bring the hands together at heart center. And then as you exhale, take that twist to the right again, hooking the left elbow to the outside edge of that right knee. Make sure the knees are in line. So notice if that left knee is popping out in front of the right knee, keep squeezing it back. We're going to lower here down to the mat. So coming as low as you can and then coming up onto the tiptoes. Releasing the hands. We're going to work towards side crow. So if this is new to you, then definitely recommend just getting used to coming into this deep twist. If you want to try normal crow, you can, and you know what that is. Have a go at that, if that's enough for you. Otherwise, working to side crow. So deep twist to the right. You want to bring this left elbow as far down the right leg as you can. It's about halfway. There's two options here. You can use your right elbow as a little stand. Slightly harder is to take that right elbow out of the equation. So we're just balancing on the left elbow and then bending into the right elbow. Take the hands further away than you think, because this is a lean forward, so we don't want them right into the sides of the body. And then hooking that elbow in. So just finding your position. When you're ready, start to pour the weight forwards into the fingers until the toes carve away from the mat. Keep reaching the crown of the head forwards, squeeze the knees together, and then release. Maybe having another go, if you like. Getting deep into your twist, finding the position with your hands. Grab a cushion if you need it, if you're worried about landing on your head. Great thing about being at home, you can use a cushion. And then again, just pouring the weight forwards. Releasing when you're ready, unraveling from your twist. Making sure the feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to come back up through toe squat. So coming high onto the tiptoes, looking forwards, reach the hands out in front, lift the heels, press into the toes, come all the way up, and then exhale to release. Really nice. Coming back to the top of the mat. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, stepping back to your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, picking up the right foot, sweeping it high, three-legged dog. Come high onto the tiptoes on the left foot, round forwards, draw the knee to the nose. And then inhale, reach it back. Exhale this time, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, reach it back. Knee to nose. Reach it back. Knee to tricep. This time, stepping the right foot to the outside edge of the right hand. And then lowering down onto the left knee just for a moment. So reaching the chest forwards, drawing this right knee in towards the shoulder. And I'm just going to shuffle myself back. So from here, we're going to take this left hand slightly further out to the left side and then reach the right hand forwards. Press into the toes on the left foot, press into the right foot. When you're ready, we're going to step this left foot through, sweep it through, see if you can keep it hovering away from the floor, and then step it back. Again, press into the left hand, sweep the left foot through, and then step it back. One more of those. Sweep it through, keep the bum hovering away from the mat for a moment, and then lower down. So we should be in this position with the right knee bent, left leg straight. We're going to take a fold forwards over the left leg. So you can either just reach forwards, bringing the hands on top of the left leg or either side of the leg, maybe grabbing the foot or the ankle. If you want to come into the bind, drawing this right knee in towards the right shoulder, reach the right hand as far forwards as you can, and then wrap the right arm around the right leg. Maybe you can bring the hands to bind around that right leg. We're using the bind to keep reaching the chest further forwards. Using this position just to gather some energy, finding the breath. Inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhale, release the hands. Then come back out the same way. So planting the left hand, reach the right hand forwards. Press into that left hand, lift the bum, and then sweep the left foot back. Finding lizard pose, so lowering down onto the left knee. Staying on the hands or maybe coming down onto the forearms, squeezing the right knee in towards the right shoulder. If you want to have a little play here, maybe shuffling that right foot further forward, so working towards bringing the right leg over the top of the left shoulder. And then you can reach the hands out to the sides. Come up onto the tiptoes on the left foot, maybe lift the left knee. And then just seeing if you can find your balance here, hovering the hands away. A little bit of wobbling is all good. And then releasing. Dropping back down onto the left knee. Reaching the chest forwards again. And then press into the toes on the left foot, lift the left knee. We're going to make our way into Prasarita, so turning towards the left side of the mat, straightening out the legs. Turning the toes in, heels out, folding in, so inhaling to a halfway lift first, reach the crown of the head forwards. As you exhale, plant the hands, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Maybe bring the hands or the fingertips so they're in line with the toes, and then lowering the crown of the head towards the mat. Lengthening through the backs of the legs, maybe pouring the weight forwards into the tiptoes. Inhaling to a halfway lift. From here we're going to walk the hands out, so we're in this modified high plank. Keeping the feet on the mat, if you can, bring the shoulders over the wrists. And then from here we're just going to lift and lower one hand and then the other to the opposite shoulder. So pressing into the left hand, lift the right hand, tap the left shoulder. Plant the right hand, lift the left hand to the right shoulder. Keep the core engaged. Continuing, tapping opposite shoulders. Taking one more with the left hand. And then pressing into the hands, keeping them where they are. Keep sending the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. Breathing into wherever you're feeling this, probably down the backs of the legs, maybe in the tops of the thighs. And then walking the hands back towards the feet. Spinning the feet so the toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. Plant the hands, step that right foot back to a high plank. Take a vinyasa. We're in chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Dropping down onto the knees for a moment. Either coming to rest into child's pose or just sitting back onto the heels, resting the hands onto the tops of the thighs. I'm seeing if you can regulate the breath here, so coming back to that smooth, even breathing pattern. Gathering your energy for the other side. Taking 2 more breaths. When you're ready, making your way back to tabletop position. We're going to come back through those modified chaturanga press-ups. So again, you can keep the feet on the mat or cross the ankles, draw the heels in toward the bum. Start to pour the weight forwards into the fingertips. Tilt the sitting bones high. Squeeze the elbows into the sides of the body as you lower the chest and the chin, just in front of the fingertips. And then press into the hands, lift up, round through the shoulders as you lift. And then send the sitting bones high, squeeze the elbows in, lower. Press into the hands and lift. Lowering and lifting. 2 more. And last round. Unravel the feet, tuck the toes. When you're ready, send it back. Downward facing dog. This time on the inhale, picking up the left foot, sweeping it high. Come high onto the tiptoes on the right foot as you exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, maybe get it to tap. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Knee to nose, hold this time. And then step the left foot between the hands. Root down through the feet. Inhale, lift up to your high lunge. As you exhale, bend into the elbows, puff up the chest, cactus the arms. And then inhale, sweep the arms through. Exhale, open out. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach forwards. Last time. Exhale, open out. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale the hands to the heart. So you might need to shuffle that right foot in a little bit. We're going to make our way to Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So pouring the weight forwards into that left foot, hovering the right tiptoes away from the mat. If you want more here, bending into the knees, squeezing it in. As you inhale, sweep the arms out wide, send that right foot back behind you. Again, exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open out. One more, exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open out. When you're ready, bring the right foot in. Lift up into Utkatasana, chair pose. It's extra hard when you've got lots of obstacles in the way. So Utkatasana, deep bend into the knees, reach the fingertips towards the ceiling, knit the lower ribs towards each other. And then bring the hands together at heart center. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, take your twist to the left this time. Right elbow hooks the outside edge of the left knee. Squeeze the palms together. Twist the torso further around the corner. Staying here if you want that extra little play. Pull the weight into the left foot. Lift the right foot away from the mat. And then extend that right foot back behind you. Draw it in. And then extend it back. Draw it in. Extend it back. One more. Squeeze in. Send it back. Lower the toes to the mat behind you. Shuffle the feet so they're nice and wide. Maybe open out the arms. Reaching the left hand high. Right hand low. When you're ready, lifting into a twisted high lunge. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forwards. Maybe taking that back bend, reaching the right hand up and over the head. Left hand anywhere down the right leg. And then as you exhale, come forwards. Plant the right hand on the inside edge of the left foot. Sweep the left hand high. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Keep that right leg really active. And then we're going to make our way to Vashisthasana, side plank. So coming onto the knife edge of the right foot. Stepping the left leg on top or staggering the feet if you need to. You can bring that left foot out in front. And then reaching the left hand high, cinching through the right side of the waist, tucking the tailbone, and then as you exhale, rolling over to your high plank. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, picking up the right foot, sweeping it high. From high into the tiptoes on the left foot, round forwards, right knee to nose, and then step the right foot to the mat. Lower down onto the left knee. Inhale into your moon pose. And as you exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, twist to the right. Hook the left elbow to the outside edge of the right knee. Press the palms together. Twist the torso further around the corner. Maybe open out the arms. Press into the toes on the left foot. And then lift into a twisted high lunge. As you exhale, windmill the hands down either side of that right foot. Lifting into your half standing splits when you're ready, so pouring the weight forwards into the right foot. Hover the left toes away. Point the toes towards the mat. Keep the lower back level. And then when you're ready, lift into Virabhadrasana 3. Reaching the crown of the head forwards. Keep flexing through the toes on that left foot, turning on all of the muscles in the left leg. And then when you're ready, sweep that left foot forwards, standing at the top of your mat. On the next inhale, reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside edge of the left knee this time. Press the palms together. Bring yourself deeper into the twist. Check out the knees. Make sure that right knee isn't popping out. And then start to lower all the way down. So coming up onto the tiptoes as you lower. Making your way to side crow on the other side. So again, we want a nice deep twist to the left. Bring that right elbow about halfway down the leg if you can. If you're using the left elbow, you want the left elbow in towards the left hip, otherwise taking it slightly further out to the side. Plant the hands, start to pour the weight forwards into the hands, hover the toes away, keep the chest lifted, bending into both elbows, and then releasing. Maybe having one more go if you like. Don't worry if the feet don't come off the mat, just get used to pouring the weight forwards. So you might just be here. This is absolutely fine, working into that deep twist. Maybe having another go if you like. And then releasing when you're ready. We're going to come back through a toe squat. So bringing the feet hip width distance apart. Gaze forwards. Reach the hands out in front. Engage into the core. Lift the heels. Press into the feet. Come all the way up. And then exhale to release. Coming back to the top of the mat. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, folding forwards over the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant the hands, maybe come through a vinyasa, step back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, pick up the left foot, sweep it high, three-legged dog. Come high onto the tiptoes on the right foot, draw the left knee towards the nose, and then inhale, reach it back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, sweep it back. Knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Left knee, left tricep. Hold it this time. And then step the left foot to the outside edge of the left hand. Shuffle myself back again. Lower down onto the right knee just for a moment. Reach the chest forwards. Squeeze that left knee in towards the left shoulder. When you're ready, take that right hand further out to the right side. Reach the left hand out in front of you. Press into the toes on the right foot. Press into the right hand. And then step and sweep that right foot through. Keep the leg hovering off the mat if you can. And then take it back behind you. 2 more of those. Press, sweep it through. And then send it back. Last time. Press, step it through. Lower down onto the bum this time. So right leg is reaching out in front, bending into the left knee. Squeeze this left knee in towards the chest. Maybe start to turn towards that right leg. Inhale the arms up and fold. Again, if you want to come into the bind here, keep this left knee drawing in. Wrap the left arm around. Maybe finding the bind with that right hand. Using the bind to keep reaching the chest further forwards. Folding deeper. Again, seeing if you can use this position just to regulate the breath a little. If it started to quicken. On the next exhale, release your grip. Inhale, lift the chest. We're going to make our way back out in the same way. So, right hand is next to the right hip. Is it? Yeah. Reaching the left hand out in front. Press into that right hand. Lift the bum. Sweep that right foot back. And then lower down onto the right knee. Going into lizard just for a couple of breaths on the other side. So staying on the hands, if you've got a block or a book or a cushion and you want to stay slightly lifted but come a little bit lower, you can rest the forearms on that. Otherwise, coming down onto the forearms, squeezing this left knee in towards the shoulder. And you want to have a little play with that balance, working towards getting this left leg over the left shoulder. And up onto the tiptoes on the right foot, lifting the right knee. Walk the arms and the hands out to the sides. Keep rooting down through the feet. Find your balance, maybe hover the hands away. Really nice. Coming out when you're ready. Lifting the chest. We're going to come to prasarita on the other side. So pressing into the toes on the right foot. Start to walk through the right side of the mat. Spin the heels in, toes out. I'm going to spin round so you're not just staring at my bum. So toes in, heels out again. Taking that fold into prasarita. This time we'll come into prasarita C. So inhaling, lifting the chest. Bring the hands around the back to clasp. And then exhale to fold in. So seeing if you can squeeze the palms towards each other, straightening out the arms, tucking the chin towards the chest, gazing up towards the ceiling in between the legs if you feel comfortable to do so. And seeing if you can pour the weight forwards into the toes. Inhale to a halfway lift. Release the hands. Plant the hands on the mat in front of you. Keeping the feet as they are, start to walk the hands out into this modified wide leg high plank. So you can keep the feet rooting into the mat, but you can bring shoulders over the wrists. This time pressing into the right hand, lifting the left hand to the right shoulder, tapping, and then taking it to the other side. Keeping the core engaged. Keep pressing into the feet. Once more to the right hand. And then keeping the hands on the mat, send the hips back. Keep pressing forwards and down into the hands, working the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. Pressing into the feet, engaging into the inner thighs. Squeezing everything into the midline. And then walking the hands back. Spinning the feet to point towards the top of the mat. And then stepping that left foot back to your high plank. Coming through a vinyasa. And then exhaling over the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here, releasing any tension in the backs of the legs. Taking a cleansing breath, inhaling into the belly, exhaling through the mouth. And when you're ready, dropping down onto the knees. Taking the knees as wide as the mat, coming into wide leg child's pose, big toes together. Knees out wide, bum towards the heels. Reach the hands out in front. Lower the forehead towards the mat. Drop the chest. You can activate into your child's pose here if you like. So pressing forwards and down into the hands. Working the bum further back towards the heels. Creating more length through the sides of the body. On the next inhale, lifting the forehead, walking the hands in towards the body, rolling over onto one hip, taking the legs out in front, bringing yourself to the middle of your mat, planting the feet and gently rolling all the way down onto your spine. When you arrive, drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a nice big, well-deserved hug, making any movements that you need to on the spine. So again, you might rock gently from side to side, make some circles, releasing any tension. And we're going to come into happy baby to finish. So starting to flex the feet towards the ceiling. Lots of options here. You can bring the hands to the backs of the thighs. Maybe grab the ankles, big toes with the first two fingers and thumb, or outside edges of the feet. You can bring a reciprocal energy between the hands and the feet here. So pressing the hands into the feet and kicking the feet into the hands. And we're working the knees down towards the mat, dropping the shoulders, seeing if you can tuck the chin towards the chest and press the lower back into the mat. You can bring some movement into this, so just rocking gently from side to side into the hips. Or if you want to make it more active, then more of that reciprocal energy. So really kick the feet into the hands, pull with the hands. And then exhaling to release. Bring the hands to the outside edges of the knees. Squeeze the knees in towards the chest once more. And then when you're ready, taking the legs long down the mat. Feet as wide as the mat, hands and arms away from the sides of the body. Coming into Shavasana, final relax. And just spending this last couple of moments allowing the body to get really heavy really quickly. Maybe taking that scan around the body and recognizing any areas that you're holding tension. Might be in the core or some holding in the shoulders. Maybe as subtle as seeing if you can take creases out of the forehead and from around the eyes. Noticing if your jaw is clenched. Seeing if you can soften the tongue towards the bottom of the mouth. And coming back to the breath when you're ready. Seeing if you can follow the breath all the way from the nostrils, deep into the belly. Noticing the effect of the breath all the way through the body. And then following the breath all the way back out. Using each exhale to allow the body to sink deeper into the mat. Melting further towards the floor. Letting go of the physical practice. And just taking 2 more deep conscious breaths now into the belly. And you're ready, bringing small movements back to the body with the fingers and the tips of the toes. Making circles through the wrists and the ankles. Coming into a full body stretch, drawing the feet together, taking the hands up and over the head. Inhaling deep into the belly. And exhaling, sighing everything out through the mouth. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, release. And last time, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, gently rolling to the right side of the body. And coming up to a comfortable seat in your own time. When you arrive in your seat, bringing the hands together at the heart. And taking a moment to send yourself some gratitude for making the time to practice today. Rubbing the hands together, creating some heat in the palms. Placing the palms over the eyes, feeling the warmth. And gently blinking your eyes open, drawing the hands away. Thank you everybody for joining me. Have a lovely rest of the day. Namaste.